Project for today is fitting a Milner 18-inch fireback into this builder's opening and limestone fireplace. Here's the fireback. Obviously it's one piece at the moment, so I'm just going to cut that one in half now. Okay, so I'm going to use a 9-inch angle grinder, a nice new blade on it, and you will see on the fireback there is a silhouetted line here. So this is where it's designed or implemented where you should cut, because you need to cut it in half. The bottom half of the fire receives a lot more heat than the top throat area, so this is why you separate them, because of the intense heat on the lower half. So I've put a cut all the way through the front half. I'm going to flip it over now and just finish the back half. Now in this instance the fireback is actually wider than the opening, because this has been made flush right out with the fire surround. So I've got to Kango this part out so the fireback will fit in and butt up against the fire surround. There you go, so remove some of the plaster material around just to expose the fire surround. Now I can see if the fireback will fit it back in there. So the lower half of the fireback is now in place. Just got to now trim the top half just to allow it to fit. Just needs about an inch taken off the top of it. So I'm going to go out and do that now. So I've got the bottom fireback in. Now I'll put the top section in just to level it all up and decide where it's all going to fit. There you go. It's in place like that. Offer up the decorative surround just to make sure it's all going to be in the right place. These firebacks aren't uniform, so you're not always going to get a true line of sight. But the best thing to do is just sit back and look at it from the armchair and see if it looks symmetrical there. Yeah, it's looking good there, so I'm going to mark out now around here where it's going to be placed. Some nice thick rope to go down in between the two. Right, dismantle it all again. Okay, so got the fireback in place now. That's both halves, and that's just positioned in there, and I've put the decorative trim on the outside. Just to get a general idea of exactly where I'm going to need to position the fireback. And obviously need to line it up and level it up a bit. It's got to go up a bit on the right hand side. And the distances got to be calculated so that I can then fit some really nice thick 1-inch rope seal there that will go up and sandwich between the fireback and the fire surround. So you have to allow for expansion and contraction, and that's what the fire rope is going to achieve. Another consideration for when you fit in the fireback is the throat area. You don't want it too big, otherwise you're going to lose heat. You don't want it too small, that the fire is not going to work properly. This fire already has what they call a gathering lintel inside, so that's a lintel that's shaped at an angle to guide the smoke up the chimney. And it's the opposite of this face here. So the throat area wants to be between 100 and 112 millimeters. You've got about 111 millimeters there, so that's perfect. There you go, so I've lined up and marked where the bottom half of the fireback's going. Just going to mix up some lime mortar now and bed it down. So I've now covered the bottom half of the fireback with cardboard and put some mortar down on the base. And the cardboard is designed to, when you use the fire first, it burns and dissolves the cardboard, in so leaving you a 2 or 3 millimetre gap behind the fireback to expand. So I put some rope in between the fireplace and the fireback, and now I'm ready to fill around the back of the fire. Ready to mix up the backfill. This is vermiculite and Portland sand. You're going to mix it on a between 6 to 1 and 7 to 1 mix. I tend to use a drain pipe, an old waste soil pipe, hole at both ends, fill it through, give it a tap. That helps when you're doing the higher one. You can just carry it up like that and tip it either end then. Okay, so now we've put all the vermiculite into the back there, you can see, and benched it up a little bit because I'm now going to put in the top of the fireback. Okay, that's in place there. Going to do another check of the surround. That's lovely. Right, carry on. So filling up the void above here is going to be a little bit more tricky now because we've only got a 4-inch gap. So little tub here which holds quite a bit. That'll be enough to hopefully get around the back. So we're going to fill it right up and then just about squeeze it up and drop it in. For the benching along the back, I'm going to slope it up into the void of the chimney. I'm going to use the lime mortar again, just as a very thin coat on the top of the vermiculite mix. That'll give you a nice smooth finish then, all the soot can then fall down into the fire. So with the benching all done now, I'm just going to fit the decorative surround here. Now, they've got tabs on the side, welded onto the side, so it's just a question of now negotiating how to bend them so that they can be then fixed behind the fireplace, and then I can fit the ropes back in and finish that part off. So I've got the surround fitted there now with the tabs in place. Put the rope back in place again, and now I'm just padding out in behind the surround here with some rock wool. Rock wool is like it's fireproof insulation. It's what they put inside Argas and cookers, and that will pack it all out and allow it to expand. So just making some rope here now. Put some heatproof glue down the fire back and stick it in like I've done that side there. The final thing to do is to remove the protective film on the surround. There you go, one fireback fitted. Job done. There you go, removed all the plastic film and now the job is complete. Let's go and sign it off. Job done.